Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby. I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy.
Oh, you know I got the...
Okay, I gotta say, what in the abominable snowman is going on here?
Boy, you know it's New Year's, boy. Hey, listen, we got to bring that new look into it. It's a new...
I got an esthetician that could wax that off for you.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm thinking about getting into a new profession. If y'all don't know what it is, I can't tell you on the show, but you know.
Does it begin with a P?
Yeah.
Pandering?
But you know,
Maybe prostitution.
So I had to come on the show, and test out the new look, you know what I'm saying, and see, if it goes all good with the audience.
Bro,
whatever.
seriously, you're making me feel like Han Solo right now. Driving the Millennium Falcon. You're riding shotgun.
Wookie.
Listen. This is honor. This is an honor of my boy being, having his first New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve meal in jail. Puffy Sean Combs.
Your boy.
Is that real rat skin or?
No. You ever seen Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. He was like, oh, yeah. So you gotta pet this shit, you know what I'm saying? When you on them drugs,
Make sure you get your jacket spayed and neutered.
He's
He's got a matching pair of boxers too. He's like, you got to
That
pet
ain't for the
these
show.
two, baby.
They ain't for the show. But yeah. So I had to pop it out, put it.
I manage you.
So, exactly. So, man, we going to, before I get into the,
You
weekend.
going to a furry party on New Year's Eve?
Nah, bro, I don't get down like that. Always just sexy, maybe J-Lo, some shit like that. Who's the other little top 5 chicks that we had on there? They can get some furry shit. I'm fuck them up. But anyway, I just want to get in, 2004 has been, like I said,
It's
interesting.
been 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's been, 2024, sorry about that. It's been an interesting year, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
Gone through a lot. I think it's going to be a lot going forward. I think 2025. You said what? 2029, 2030.
2030.
So we got a little time left in the kitty
Make sure you party.
before we get before we get crazy. I told you what kind of end of the year end of the world party I'm having, right? It's fucking cocaine filled orgy party. That's what I'm having at the house. Just in case you want to know, just in case you want to come over, hang out, whatever.
Bring your coat.
Yeah. But I ain't never done. The funny thing is, I ain't never done cocaine ever in my motherfucking
You
life.
sound like Michael Irvin right now.
No.
You look like him too with the jacket.
No, I'm dead serious. It was the funniest thing is, I think we've talked about this on many a times. Like one of the things that always scared me was Len Bias.
Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you.
If people don't know, if you go back, if you don't know who Len Bias is, him and Jordan came out the same year, and I truly believe Jordan might not have been Jordan if Len Bias was there.
Well, I'll say this.
I'm saying it would have been an era of like, you had Bird Magic.
Yeah.
I think it would have been Len Bias.
Correct.
Jordan.
Nick, can we check this? I think Lenny Bias was the year before. I could be
Was
wrong.
it
I could be
that?
wrong.
I thought they came out the same
I
year.
thought he was a grade older than Jordan, but I mean that's the technicalities.
Yeah, right.
They went back and forth in the ACC.
Yeah.
Len Bias played for Maryland, which I can see why you have your DC ties.
Yeah. He was a terrible.
Len Bias was drafted in the '86 draft.
Oh, okay.
86.
Yeah.
And then Jordan was.
So Jordan was 84, wasn't he?
Jordan draft was '84. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
2 years different.
2 years different. So Jordan before, but I guarantee you they would have been going toe.
Oh no! In fact, they were going toe for toe. And so put it even more perspective. They were going toe for toe. You can YouTube the highlights, ABC Sports back then or whatever. But they were going back and forth. And Jordan would have been a junior, and Bias would have been a freshman then. If Bias was 86, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was a sick phenom athlete. He was like
6'9".
Yeah. He was like LeBron before LeBron. You know what I'm saying? As Mitch would say, LeBron before the PEDs. You know what I'm saying? But
And can we add this too for the people that don't know the history? He was going to the Boston Celtics, who had already just won a championship.
yeah, exactly. It was about to be the perfect.
I mean,
Perfect
as a young kid, I was terrified of that because, first of all, we feared Boston. I mean, you already had Bird, Mikhail Parrish on that front line. You had Danny Ainge, you had Dennis Johnson, you had Cedric Maxwell, you had all these stars. like what 6 or 7 Hall of Famers on those teams. But then now you're going to add possibly the best natural talent in Len Bias. I was like, what the hell are the Lakers going to do? Truthfully, I mean, this is how I felt as a little kid. And then all of a sudden, I'll let you tell the story.
Yeah, it was so crazy, man. I remember being back in DC, staying over at my friend's house, and he came downstairs and he was like, "Man, have you heard fucking Lenny Bias died?" And for a kid growing up in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, Lenny Bias was he was basically God around there. You know, everybody knew who he was. It was celebrity. This was way before you had any kind of social media or whatever. And I was like, bro, stop playing. That shit ain't even funny. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, turn on the TV. And it was all over the news. And he had gone to a party that night. Here's the thing, he had never done it ever in his life before. He had got drafted. They were celebrating. And somebody gave him a hot shot of fucking cocaine. It was pure as fuck.
Cocktail. He's never allegedly never taken his life.
Never taken cocaine in his life.
He was
the first time he ever did, he fucking died that night.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this, and I don't want to take anything from this, but okay, I looked into it a while back, a few years back, and there are conspiracies. For example, because the story doesn't make sense unless two things. I remember either maybe he was doing that shit before and that was the story, you know, or was there something more to it? And something interesting was that after Len Bias died, I want to say whoever was pushing laws in Maryland, the government of Maryland, if I'm not mistaken, they were really getting ready to switch the drug laws. And when he died, they used that as just a fast track to change the laws. But here's what's interesting. They did that whole crack cocaine law to throw people into jail, which again, if you look into the jail systems and the war on drugs in the 80s and the prisons for profit, so many people were thrown into jail as crack users. Now, what does crack really have to do with cocaine? I know it's how it comes from.
It's a derivative.
But because he, it's not like it's not like they were punishing cocaine like that. They were punishing crack. So it's interesting they use that. And real quickly, there's an article, June 30th, 2021 article from The Guardian. And the title is, if anybody wants to look into it, How Len Bias's Death Helped Launch the U.S. Unjust War on Drugs. So if you go back now, we don't have the technology back then. We didn't have the technology when we were just kids. And we believed everything we were told from trustable sources, allegedly. Now I don't have the time, but certain things make me go back, read a few articles that are still available. You probably got to go to the library to try and pull some of that shit up because the stuff that's incriminating is wiped. But again, even there's still a 2021 article on Len Bias and how the unjust laws were put into place. And
you definitely. That was the Reagan era. Nancy Reagan just
war on drugs. Just say no.
Just say no. On drugs, stuff like that. It was it was the first time Ronald Reagan went on TV. Was it him or was it Bush that had a fucking bag of cocaine bag of crack cocaine on the fucking? They did So the presidents, they don't do it no more, which is weird, but they used to address the nation and they used to talk about different stuff and and this motherfucker brought a fucking whole bag of fucking crack cocaine on the television and stuff like that. But, coming full circle, that is a reason why I never did it. I was always scared. I'm a super risk taker. Anybody knows me, I'm a party boy. I love to fucking have fun. I take calculated risks. It's just that was something that I was like, I can't control that shit. I've seen a star athlete die from it. I just never done it. Now, here's the thing. I'm a night owl. It's a drug that supposedly keeps you up all night, parties all night, whatever. Only downside that I've heard from it is, it fucks with your ding-a-ling a little bit. That's only, whatever. They got pills for that shit now, but whatever. But that's only That's probably the only reason. Lenny Bias' story is probably the only reason it was kept me from ever doing it in my fucking life.
Well, let me add to that. That is one of the reasons for myself too. And two, I never liked blood.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
People that know me growing up.
Nosebleeds.
Blood, yeah. And I'm on the back of the football bus. I ain't gonna say names. And we're going ready to play a game. And I look over and old boy's nose starts leaking. Oh, bro, your nose is leaking. I almost said his name too, but whatever. And he just, oh, bro, just some nose candy. And I remember being
He was doing cocaine before he went to the fucking. Was he about to play ball?
yeah.
Hell no, bro.
So I know one of the dudes, and I'm going to say names again, but he was doing it on the pitcher's mound. And you got to understand.
Gonna bump on the bump?
And then let me just add this. Then when I started partying as a sophomore in Benicia, I called Benicia for that era 90210.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, they bust out the white girl out there,
Really?
And the funny thing is, they look at me like Mitch is fucking crazy, Mitch is crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy with liquor at the time, when I'm a kid,
Right, yeah.
16, 17, 18, okay, I'm not saying to do something, this is all allegedly shit, and it's all expired as far as the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
But this is we're keeping it 1,000. A person like me who's been assumed because I've been in every party, late night, clubs, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
et
for
cetera.
sure.
That is also one of the main reasons was the visual of the dude's nose just running like a faucet for a second.
Yep.
And then also and Len Bias. Those two.
Yep.
And I'll take a third. That I talked about in the first episode, or one of our first episodes, my first real spring break in Santa Cruz. And I had 3 dudes from Benicia. Went, it was our senior year. They went and scored coke off some Mexican cats on the corner. They took it. And then started flipping out, it's crying, they're gonna die. Oh my God, if you
Hell
remember.
no.
And I'll put this name out there, I don't even care because I remember it vividly. Mitch, if anything happens to us, Ben Tai Tai, black Nissan truck, Ben Tai Tai, he sold it to us.
Right.
And so you add those stories and people can start to understand a little bit why you'd be hesitant. And then finally, the last thing I'll say is, by the invention of Red Bull and vodka by 1998, I didn't need that shit. You know what I mean? Like that was all the,
Right.
shit you needed, at least in my book.
Yeah. No, like I said, man, it's something that it's always intrigued. I ain't gonna lie, it's always intriguing me. Like I said, I'm a night owl. Something that keeps me, something that keeps me up. I'm always like, but it's something that I always said I'll do when it comes to the end of the world. Like this motherfucker, we gonna blow up 4 or 5 days, whatever. Come to my house. We gonna do it then. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm going out because I said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If I end up dying then, who gives a fuck? I'm gonna die anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna bring that shit on before.
It'll be your luck. You'll do it. You'll die, and then they'll be like, "Oh, false alarm. We got the dates wrong. We still got another 30 years, guys."
Look at that Scarface energy. Walk through the nuclear energy.
Right? Yeah.
To the radiation.
Oh, I mean, the Scarface movie was dope, bro. That motherfucker
literally,
sniffed
literally.
a mound of fucking cocaine and fucking was taking bullets. Come on, motherfuckers. Shit.
I don't know if he exactly said that, but we'll take your word for it.
No, he was like, say hello to my little friend. And he was blowing them bitches up. They got blown in the back. But Scarface was a crazy ass movie though.
Yeah.
From rags to riches. I like the symbolism of Scarface. They had some wild shit. Anyway, back in Colombia. But anyway, let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Get back on track.
Christmas. Hey, let's get back.
Hey, we're joining.
Speaking of white powder, let's talk about snow and Christmas.
White Christmas.
All right.
Actually, I heard New York had the first white Christmas in 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got some snow on Christmas Day, I guess. So
There you go. See, here's the thing. My Christmas was, you know what? I might as well start my shit because my shit is quick and easy. My Christmas was exactly how I fucking wanted it. It was, that was the one thing, me and my girl, we always go back and forth because she's more of a festive type girl and I'm Grinch. I'm straight up. I tell anybody, that talks to me, that knows about me, that knows me at all. I'm fucking Grinch when it comes to Christmas. I'm a Grinch when it comes to this time of year, this holiday. You know what I'm saying? I just think the shit.
You should paint that shit green.
yeah, I was gonna say
I think the shit.
he's like the white furred Grinch.
Yeah, it's
the green.
like I've said on the show many times that Christmas is fucking perverted to me. But that being said, got up on Christmas. She let me sleep in a little bit. She took her son for a walk. Then we came back and we opened up presents and we we exchanged some gifts, and then dropped her son off because he wanted to go spend some time with his father or something, which was good. But I'd ordered a pizza the night before because there was nobody that was going to be open.
Yeah, smart move.
Yeah, and so it was just beautiful, man. We laid in bed most of the day, got up, we ate, we started drinking. Bro, we was drunk, around 6 or 7. Started to sober up a little bit. We went down to Murphy's Law, hung out a little there, had some drinks, came
Downtown
back.
Chandler?
Yeah, downtown Chandler, came back and just like chill for Christmas. It was actually perfect. It was probably my second favorite Christmas. My favorite Christmas was when I was in Thailand, but like this was how I wanted it. It was, we watched a little football too, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing crazy, I didn't have to fucking be, at this person's house. This person's house had to, be opened up 50,000 gifts and fucking wrapping paper being over. And that's the thing. You buy these gifts, right? For kids. I mean, adults, you kind of use your gifts throughout the year, but for kids, bro, they're good for like 3 or 4 months playing with these fucking toys, and then they're on to the next motherfucker. And the moms and dad, they break their fucking back trying to get these kids those toys that they're only going to fucking have or only appreciate for a couple months. And it's sad. It's really, and that's what I'm saying is, it's gotten to the point where corporations, toy companies, major conglomerates are just pushing, presents, toys, shit that we don't need on us. You get what I'm saying? And it's just put a sour taste in my mouth. So that's what I'm saying. Like these time of years, I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We've gotten till, that's why I can't wait till by the time you guys see this. We're gonna be in the new year, 2025. And I'm gonna be happy because we're gonna be on to the next one, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Out of this bullshit ass time that we're in. And we talk about it in the green room, but I want you guys to think about this. And like I said, this is why I think 2025 is gonna be a motherfucker. All right, so I asked you guys earlier, what day is New Year's Day on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Starts with a W. Okay. The following day is Thursday. Starts with a T. Next day after that is Friday. All right. What the fuck are the acronyms, right? Last time we had this, COVID year 2020. You let me know what's going to happen. I don't know. We're going to see. Maybe Mitch's
The bird flu is coming out.
2030 might be accelerated, but we'll see. Or maybe this is the jump off for 2030.
It's the pre-party. Wow.
He's in the pre-party. He's stupid. Well, no, that's all good. But no, man, that was generally, like I said, mine in a nutshell. New Year's Eve is going to be chill. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be chill or not. It depends on. We might have little man, yes or nay. We'll see if we can get a babysitter. If not, then this will be the first year that I'll actually be in Arizona. Man, it's been fucking 4 years I've been out of the country. And this will be the first year I'll be in the country in Arizona. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But how was your Christmas, man?
My Christmas was cool, man. It was chill. Again, chill. Actually, just kind of did the light presents. I mean, like just stuff like that. I hear what you're saying. So stuff like trying if something made sense for somebody or if it had meaning.
Yeah.
What was really cool. My daughter sent me something. She
Really?
actually,
Okay.
She sent me a blanket that she made.
Okay,
So that was pretty
oh
cool. I
man,
thought that was cool.
bro, see, that's the shit I'm talking. That's the shit I'm talking about, Mitch. Is that's first of all heartfelt, thought out. You know what I'm saying? And it's from her, genuinely from her. You know what I'm saying? It took time. It's not something she would go out and buy from you, whatever. It's something that she thought about and said, I got to get my dad this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely. And see, I have this thing with her that I always, since she was like 14, I always get her perfume.
Okay.
So since she was 2014.
What'd you get her the?
So I got her the, there's this perfume. It's called, I got her Good Girl.
Okay.
It's like a shoe.
Okay. Oh, it's a shoe. Yeah.
So last year I got her the pink one, and she was very aware, I forget the designer, Carol or what, I can't remember her name, but I got her the pink one that had just come out, and so this time I got her like the huge shoe, the bottle for like the red one. It's like the really good girl or whatever it's called, and supposedly that's like the top. I'm not because it's the top women's fragrance, but I smelt it. I was like, okay, cool. You know, I always wanted to get her some, but I've got her lineup. If she keeps the bottles or not, I mean, there's everything from Tiffany's to the newest Valentinos to I always, especially when she's younger, the young miss like types. You know, like not the older lady sense. You know what I mean? It'll be more for her lifestyle, like the kind of, I don't know, like the citruses, the young, stuff like that. So I so her collection, so it's been something I've always done. So I wanted to keep it up, and stuff. And so I got, I definitely got her that. I also got her a pack of again stuff with meaning to me because she's an accountant and she's going into tax season. So I got her that like neuron gum for your brain, like that Joe Rogan chews all the time. Yeah, I got her some of that. Just for energy and for supposedly elevated thinking, and stuff. So again, but yeah, that blanket that she got for me, like truly, I cherish it. So again, to a person that's probably, if I wanted something, I mean, within reason, I would already had it or bought it. I mean, just being honest, a lot of people say, I'll go get it impulsively sometimes to a fault. That was that's a gift, and like you said, so I was greatly appreciative of that. And then of course me and Chris, we, actually one of my favorite things was oh man, I can't even think of the company, Black Rifle, I think, Black Rifle Coffee. Their coffee is freaking amazing. I got Banana Foster's, the pods, and then I also got the blueberry crumble. I was opening that shit up. Oh man, this looks like the name sound like weed. Banana Foster's blueberry crumble,
right?
But it's coffee. So yeah, that shit hits. Check that place out, Black Rifle. And then so yeah, me and Chris actually we went to a movie, and we saw the movie Homestead.
Okay.
Yeah, which by the way was interesting because it was kind of like that movie. It just had the same kind of vibe. Early on I didn't catch it, but I got it towards the end. It had that vibe of the child traffic movie. Did you guys remember that one?
Yeah. What's that called?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but it had the child trafficking movie that was kind of almost self-funded, or a few people funded it.
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. It kind of had that feeling, which I didn't think I was going to.
That movie was fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy with the island and shit. Bro, were they trying to? I didn't. You know what? Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about it. Were they trying to fucking take a little stab at fucking the Epstein Island with the with the island shit?
Possibly, but the interesting thing was his homestead. Think about this idea for a second. This guy has a compound in the hills of the Colorado Rockies, right?
Okay.
And I mean, we're talking like mansion, vineyards, cows, cattle, crops, gated all the way around. I mean, huge, like a castle, like beyond a castle. And he had a deal in place that if anything ever went down, he'd have ex-military to defend it. Okay. And then he'd have people that were in trouble. Hey, meet me up here. And so this movie's premise is that nuclear weapon goes off on the coast of Los Angeles, and it just slowly like leaking radiation all over the coast. And so the story goes into people trying to him defending his property, and then what do you have this property for? Because then all of a sudden people start lining up at the gates, like that are begging for food. The wife's like trying to feed him, and they're like, "What are you doing? You're only going to bring more people. It's only going to be worse." And every time she go out to bring food, there'll be riots at the gate. And then they were worried about running out, and at a certain point there was spoilage and all this other shit, and there was even almost a showdown between the military and I don't want to go too far, but like some legal people that came through with the SWAT team because they wanted to confiscate his weapons, and then they also said that the food had to be redistributed under some certain law.
Damn.
So it's interesting. So is this foreshadowing some shit that might go on, whatever?
Right.
But the whole time they're praying to God, but they're not being specific. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then they keep calling stuff like new beginnings, the day everything starts over. And these are themes that like the New World Order, the Great Reset. You know what I mean? After chaos comes order. And it just kind of gave me these vibes. It's like almost like an op movie to where It's saying the things you want to hear and see, but it's conditioning you for what they're going to present to us. Again, that's just my 2 cents. And then afterwards, they even had like a little crowd fund or the little, take a picture of this and you can buy a ticket for somebody just like the other movie did, you know?
Okay, gotcha.
So I thought that was interesting. But I won't go into the whole movie of, or how it ends or anything like that, but it makes you think for a second. Okay, yeah, you got all this stuff. I know it sounds, it's worth protecting. But when women and children come to your fucking gate or try to take it, do you take their lives out?
All right.
Well,
Well, see, hold on. You just brought up a good question. Now, okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this. All right. So Mitch, you and Chris, you got this compound up there, right? Okay. You got this money and stuff like that. You got, you foresee, what I'm saying, you're a doomsday prepper and shit like that. You got all this stuff like that. You've been telling everybody, get your shit together. It's coming, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And what you say comes to fruition, right? You got everything locked down. You got your military guards out there. They got your place surrounded. They guarding your shit, right? Then all of a sudden, people start hearing about, hey, remember that dude that was talking about that fucking dude in a doomsday prepper?
Their only hope.
You know what I'm saying? Their only hope is only point of survival. You know what I'm saying? If they don't let us in, we're just gonna take his shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to survive. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, they start coming up the hill. All right. So they coming, right? Are you gonna sit back and say, all right, well, I was smart enough to, see this coming, and you guys aren't. I'm gonna let y'all. But out of goodness of my heart, I'm gonna let y'all come in, eat up my resources, do all this shit like that, stress us out to the max. Or you're gonna say, fuck this. Y'all should have heeded my warning, didn't do anything about it, and now I'm not gonna give this motherfucker up without a fight. What you doing? Which way you rolling?
I mean, to be quite honest, I can honestly say I don't have the answer right now.
Really?
I really don't have the answer. I'd like to think a certain way, but until you're put in that situation,
okay.
Again, I don't know. It's just crazy, and I think that watching movies like this, does make you go. I mean, first of all, I mean, again, I'm not like what are you preserving? Even the people that are sitting in the underground bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, the people that have everything that are in the underground bunkers that are. Do you really want to come back out into a world? I'm definitely not saying give up, but do you want to come back out into a world where you're like Will Smith in that one movie where you're by yourself and you try to figure shit out?
But here's the thing:
is preservation that important?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is you want to live out the rest of your days because you were smart enough with you and your girl, with you and your girl, right?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I'll say this: if somebody threatens my family or my loved ones, that probably takes over anything that I think I would do. You know what I mean? Like the instinct of that to protect and be the protector, I think probably takes over. But it's something I have to keep pondering because each scenario could be different. But again, it's a crazy scenario, and I don't know that anybody's truly ready for this, especially whatever your belief system is. I mean, again, if what you have keeps you alive for one more month, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not giving an answer here. I'm just saying, think about it for a second. Is it worth that one more month to hoard it and make sure that other people don't have any of it? I don't know. That's the realest answer I could tell you. I mean, it's easy to sit there and go, fuck you, I'll defend it till I fucking die.
Right.
Et cetera. And if you come in and you disrespect me.
Right, but when I'm saying you defend it, you live, you and your girl live for another 20, 30 years. But it's you and your girl, though.
But I mean, again, and that's the other thing. Even that, is it 20, 30 years or is it 20, 30 days? I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. And each day I'm going to wake up on a different side of it.
Gotcha.
What about you? Hey, let's go around the table and see what your answers are.
Grady?
I mean, it's tough. Like, so if what I'm going to help that person is going to give them one more day, or I got one more month. Like, is it worth?
I mean, or do you have 20 or 30 more years?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I think you got to protect what's yours.
Right.
You're not going to be able to save everybody. But I don't know. My whole thing, I always thought of like just getting on a boat and sailing out in the middle of the ocean because you can live off of fish, and the only thing you'd have to have a way to
You'd have to rain.
desalinize the water or get rain and be able to stock it. But Because on the ocean, you're away from everybody as best you can be. Obviously, you have all the weather and everything else, so that's you could be in trouble there. But I don't know what I would do. It's tough to say. Maybe I just chill out and wait for time to come for me.
Like I said, easy for me to say, if you fuck with one of my loved ones and you want to bring like that evil, negative fucking energy, I will fucking chop your head off.
Okay, so
But in the same token, if you are begging with your children in front of me, that's a whole nother story, man.
I got you.
I got to figure out how to do something.
Well, okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so, and I'll play both sides of you. Family, family comes up there and is like, look, you're our only hope. We're gonna die without you guys letting us in. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of the purpose in the movie too.
But if you let us in, you got to let 20, 30 other families in because they got the same fucking exact story.
Here, let me just stop for a second. If you got to let 20 or 30 other people in and they're waiting outside, they're going to also try and figure a way to get in. So you got to battle that every day too.
But that's what I'm getting is, would you rather let them in and eat up resources or battle to let them in?
I'll say this. I think it's got to depend on the situation. Are we in an area that we can hunt still? Are we in an area where people can be, again, here, I'm falling into a trap too, by the way, because the movie kind of did this as well too. Can these people provide? Or can we find uses for each person?
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I really believe when I was watching the movie, and I'm kind of, again, baiting myself into the same corner. Is this going to be the same thing when if the shit goes down?
Right.
And then they have the smart cities.
Right.
And it's like the people we're going to allow in are the people that contribute.
Yeah.
We're not going to let people in that are going to be a feeder. We're going to have people that only can contribute. So we just need doctors and scientists, and we need people, we need construction, we need, electricians, we need a few of each of these things, just like they kind of do in the Ark, just like they kind of do in the 2012 movie. You know what I mean? Like again. So it's interesting. It depends on where you're at, what your environment is. Right now, it's interesting, man. It's easy. Like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Right.
Everybody can talk about what they want to do on that day until it fucking happens. Could you be so possibly beat down or sitting there going, what am I preserving? Again, it's gonna it's gonna have to be other people for me, like the people I love. That's gonna make me go above and beyond as the people I love. For myself,
See, it's one.
I'm not a self-preserving
So for me, okay, and I'm glad you said that because I can honestly answer this question with. So if it's folks that I love, that I know, whatever, and I got enough resources, like I said, we'll figure out. But if I have, and this is going to sound bad, but if I have fucking strangers that I don't know, that I don't know what they contribute, they're going to come in, take, pillage, try to fucking, kill, rape, I don't know that. And I cannot risk that. And that, in that sense, I got to take you motherfuckers out.
Well, let's take it one step back to how we live now. There's homeless people in every community, right?
Right.
I mean, we feel like we do a good deed if we go out there and donate something or hand them something. But if they came to your fucking doorstep, you know what I mean? Like.
I know you got an extra room. Let me see.
Exactly. I mean,
let me take a shower at your house.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody that's judging, just know that it's not an easy answer.
Right.
And I think just by bringing this up and debating it honestly, or not even debating it, because there's no right answer right now.
Right.
But just trying to soul search and see, again, and sometimes soul searching and being honest with yourself, even if you don't want to broadcast it like we're doing, is some of the best things you can do because it prepares you for a situation that hasn't existed yet. So if you run that over in your head 10 different times, maybe you might find a scenario that works. I mean, right now I only see a couple answers, and I think it'd be some of the most difficult decisions you'd have to make in your life. But again, I think that I think I just have to keep playing that out of my head, and each scenario is going to be different. And the one thing that's going to drive me is protecting my loved ones. Protecting my loved ones, but again, within the realities of the situations. Like if 2 weeks of food is what it is it worth preserving yourself for 2 weeks or I mean,
That's
again,
all you got left?
If that's all you got left, I mean, I don't know. If that's the case, I'll just say this: if there's 2 weeks of food left, and there's so many people, especially innocent women and children, then again, kind of like your cocaine party idea, then fuck it, let's have food, let's have a fucking feast.
Gotcha.
And then you know what? But again, I just have a feeling we're gonna see some shit and some, darkness and evil and type of shit. I don't want to be doom or gloom, but I think people would turn into, some of their worst sides or sides we haven't seen because they're going to try to survive, And again, it's just something interesting, and we're just being honest in how you're trying to answer it, It could be it'd be easily sit up here and go, I could take out every one of these motherfuckers, blah 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 blah, fuck them. But that's not a real answer for me at this point in my life, I also think, what if this is a test, And again, not because of that, but what if it's a test? What if this world is just, again, they always say life's a preparation for the next life. What if this is a preparation and you need to learn your lesson?
All right.
What about you, Nick? What was your answer? Did you give one?
Yeah, I just said I don't know what I would do. Like I said, it just depends. Am I gonna fight off, people if I'm only protecting a month's worth of food left? Like, is it really worth that? Like I said, I would try to get out on the ocean or somewhere super remote where people wouldn't find you. Like, get up into the mountains.
I forgot your answer wasn't that memorable. Sorry.
Find a cave to live in. Hide out somewhere. Just be away from. I definitely would get out of any big city. I try to get into like the wilderness or, like I said, the ocean or on a lake or someplace that you can kind of hide out and you're not going to have mass people coming. Like if you live in a city and you're just in your home and people get wind that you got food and you got ammo and you got this, they're coming. Those are the houses they're coming for. They're going to band up. There's going to be some evil mothers that are going to come after you. So I'm gonna get out into. I'm gonna go this way, that way, get out up into the mountains, find a cave, go somewhere, in the middle of nowhere and disappear. That's what I would do.
I'm for you on that, though.
Mo, you better get your go bag ready. I learned that from the movie.
I'm like I said, you got me interested. I'm really looking forward to watching this movie, definitely.
It's definitely worth checking out. And then let me just finish up with this because it was about the weekend. Because actually Nick went with me on Sunday when our boy Lambert was back in town. So he got people together. We caught some Sunday football. I know I mentioned before that when Dave Portney came to town with, what's it called, Barstool, he rated Trevor's Pizza the
top pizza in Arizona.
Yeah, and Trevor's Pizza, Trevor's Liquors is like the Toys R Us for adults, basically. It's like a liquor store on steroids, and most of the locations serve pizza. And he said it was a top pizza, rated at an 8.4, whatever. So that the places had lines out the building for the pizza. I thought the pizza was good, but not to the hype at the Arcadia one. Well, I didn't know this, but when we pulled up to Paradise Valley, they opened a new location, a super location, and this place is off the fucking charts, first of all. So everybody keep in mind, Trevor's Liquor by PV Mall off of Tatum. The new location is amazing. First of all, there's so many seats. We pulled up on a Sunday at 12:30 for Sunday football. There's TVs everywhere. We were able to see 10 people right off the bat, right as soon as we got in. There's a huge patio that overlooks the street. There's a huge area to sit all over the bar. There's a huge bar. And then they have actually 4 virtual golf driving ranges. They have arcade games. And what blew my mind is they have the pimpest private cigar lounge. With all these leather chairs and looks like you're, oh man, it's beautiful. Looks like you're in a private cigar club.
And not to mention a full liquor store.
Yeah, a full liquor store
that looks
too.
like a Total Wine or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the place is amazing. That formula is gonna win because they're combining everything people need, and their prices are pretty decent because they have the buying power with the liquor store. I'm just waiting for them to come out to the East Valley, but it's definitely worth checking out. If you guys are in Arizona, or the people that are in Arizona, check out the new location. I know Trevor's has a few locations in the Valley, but this is above and beyond. Especially if you like football, if you like cigars, if you like liquor. So,
All right.
yeah.
Definitely. Grady.
Yeah, I was like, damn, am we ever gonna get to me on this episode? But hey, here we are, baby.
That's for last, baby. That's for
Something like that. So, Christmas was good. Hung out with the family. It was fun. It was low key, but a good time. Man. I invited my boy Chuck to come to Christmas because he's been going through some stuff and he doesn't have a lot of family out here, so invited him along. And the one thing he said, he's like, you're so blessed. You have such a great family. And I think about it like I really do. Like just everybody gets along. It's always a good time. Everybody's always happy to see each other. Genuinely, just we sit around, we eat, drink, have fun. You know, just relax, talk, catch up with people. So it was just a really good time. I made some lasagna. I also, Mitch, I brought that ham that we got from Amazon. That dope. Man, that's 7.5 pound ham that we got from Amazon for $7.
How was it?
Normally like 45. It was delicious.
That's just crazy.
So I cooked it, and I was like kind of worried, and I was like, you got to throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
It says like 325, 15 minutes per pound. So I'm like, we threw it in kind of a little late, so we turned up the heat a little bit higher. Man, that shit came out so good. And then you pull it out, you put the honey glaze all over the top of it. Then you put it back in for like another 10 minutes.
Like it's literally $50 worth of ham.
Yeah, it's so much ham.
Yeah, like if you were to go to Honey Baked Ham, that's just like $80.
Yeah, a 7.5 pound.
So is this an Amazon special?
Yeah, it
Just
was
an Amazon special of that. Now, here's the great thing about it, man. We got that. We also got a honey baked ham. Actually thought this ham was a little bit better. Just a little better quality. Wasn't as like super fatty.
Yeah.
With the glaze on the top, it was really good. Just flavorful, delicious ham. I got a ton of it still at the house because we had not only had that ham, we also had a full honey baked ham too. And then I made lasagna, so we were set on food.
Right.
Oh, and my boy Chuck made this homemade.
egg rolls.
No, no.
I want some dumplings. I got my mop on.
What's cranberry sauce?
Oh, okay.
That was out of this world. It has it's like cranberry, it has like a cinnamony sweet flavor to it. We're putting on crackers. People are putting it with their turkey or their ham, putting on the ham, eating ham with cranberry.
So you're putting it on the white people is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was so good though. The cranberry, but we had a lot of food.
Do you serve crackers? Honey, we serve everybody.
Then then we just exchanged gifts and did it. Just a really good time. It was really nice. In the morning, it was just me, my brother, and my parents. We just did like the morning thing, did breakfast together, and then just exchanged gifts with us. Man, I gave my dad. I bought this book. It's an AI generated book. It's called I think it's called Books by Anyone. You go in, you feed in a bunch of information about the person. You put a picture of them, and it actually creates a whole paperback 250-page book. It actually prints it out, and it makes it like it's that person wrote it.
Really?
So you can put in all this information about the people. So my dad's book was called Retired Resting and Ranting or something like that. And then like each chapter is like different stuff that I put in about him. It was hysterical. He loved it.
Does it read for you too?
No, it doesn't read for you.
That sucks.
But it gives you like a whole book. So he was like showing everybody. It was actually pretty funny. And he's like, "Why are you picking on me?" I'm like, "I'm not picking on you. You wrote a book. What can I say?" So it was a cool little gift. If you're ever looking for something unique for somebody, it's definitely check out the website. You can definitely put all the information you want about that person in there, and AI will create a whole book with chapters, like 250 pages, put a cover on it, even put reviews of the book on the back of the book.
Oh, that's crazy.
So it was actually pretty dope. And then one other thing, earlier we went to this new spot down in downtown Phoenix called First and Last. I guess it's been around for a little bit, but it's gaining popularity. Their lunchtime, I think from like 11 to 3, they do these like ciabatta sandwiches that were out of this world. And all of them are Seinfeld themed names. So if you ever watch Seinfeld, they all have like Seinfeld names, like Little Jerry and all different names. They were delicious sandwich. And the bread makes it. It's like crispy on the outside, has like almost like a Parmesan crust to it, real thin, but delicious. And it held like the flavor for like the different sauces and stuff they put on there. Man, well, we ended up ordering, they also do a grandma pizza, but they were out. So we ended up ordering 3 sandwiches and we mashed them. And when we got there at like 1:40. And we go from the front, we're like, oh, and you walk in, it's like, go around to the back and order at the bar. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. We walk around to the back, the line's out the door into the street. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, we might have to wait a little bit. And every seat's taken. They have seats all through the side. They have, it's actually cool. Above the bar, they have a staircase that goes up, and there's a whole seating section that sits directly above the bar. And then they have an outside patio that wraps around that has a bunch of seats outside. So we're out. You have to go through the back. We're out the patio and then out on the street waiting in line. So we're waiting there probably like 5 minutes, and the lady's out. She's counting. She keeps going back out, counting. Then there's like probably 8, 9 people behind us, and she comes out and she goes to the guy, all right, you're going to be the last person. Hold this. Anybody that comes after, we're sold out for the lunch.
Oh, shit.
Because I guess they run.
Kind of like Little Miss.
Yeah, kind of like that. So So this is at like 1:45. They're already out. They're supposed to be open until 3. They're out of food, basically. So we're in line. So we get up to the front. The guy in front of me, he's by himself. So he orders like 9 sandwiches. And they had counted. They're thinking everybody's ordering one, until they accounted for a couple extra.
Yeah.
This guy orders 9 sandwiches to go.
Oh shit!
Dick.
So the lady had to come back out and tell like the last 4 people in line, sorry, we ran out. We have no more bread. Can't make you any sandwiches. So after she already told them that you guys are at the end of the line, she would then go back out like after and be like,
fucked
oh,
up.
That's
you guys are, there's no more food, basically.
So me and you have been business lunch before, right?
Yeah.
I get the concept. I get it, but I don't get it. I get the concept where you want to make it where it's so good, it's so popular. Hurry up and get there. Order as much as you want. It's exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get the concept where you have a great product and you're turning away buyers that may never come back because they're
I'm gonna say this. I worked in a couple of restaurants and sandwich shops when I was in college and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there's no accounting for because food is such a
it
such a
goes
tricky-
spoils.
Yeah, it spoils. You have to if you over order, you lose money. You lose your profits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better. What's the worst thing that can happen? That person, and hopefully, I don't know that place, but if I was managing,
Yeah.
I would go up to them and I would give my number. Go, hey, let me take care of you next time you come in. You know what I mean? Or you call in or whatever. I would do something. Now I don't know if they're just like, "F you, beat it, buddy."
No, they were actually, the ladies were super nice and I don't know what they did, but I'm sure they took care of him in some way.
Because they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because once you put the line, they made the judgment that you're in.
Yeah.
And then you weren't. Other than that, though, I mean, if you give the warning out, it almost, I hate to be this way, but one, you go through your food, so you make sure you ensure you're running a profitability. But 2, it creates a mystique that people kind of understand. I hate to be that way, but it's funny. If you're available every day with the same quality food, people don't care. If you're going to run out, people want to say, oh, I went to the place that ran out.
And the other thing I think too is,
In my opinion.
they probably only have, because it's not like a super big place, they probably only have the capacity to make so much of that bread every day because it's fresh. They're not making it and storing it. It's fresh. The ciabatta bread's fresh. That's like the star of the sandwich. That's why everybody goes there for those. And it's the same, the ciabatta is what they use for the crust of the pizza, I believe, too.
Right.
So once they run out of it, it's not like they can just be like, hey, just whip up another batch of ciabatta bread. It's made fresh every day. So yeah, they could maybe they just don't have enough time to make 3 more trays or 4 more trays. They're making it up till like almost opening, and then they got to start making sandwiches and prep it and get everything prepared.
La Piazza does that with his dough for
Yeah,
his
the dough, once
for the
you
Roman
can only
pizza.
make so much.
Yeah, you
just
have
can't-
to do 3 days ahead, 96-hour, let it rise. And he'd always run. I never understood that too. I mean, I get frustrated. Yeah, bro, why don't you make just more? Make more.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not sitting there the days that he makes more and no one comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. And again, it sounds like this place.
Yeah, so the sandwiches they do a whole dinner thing too, and the dinner menu is like more pastas and different stuff. But the sandwiches for lunch, we did this chicken parm sandwich that had like they put a vodka sauce on it, like a spicy vodka sauce, and then like a pesto with it. Was delicious. The chicken was crispy, really good flavor, and then just the crunch of the ciabatta bread, and had like I said, like almost a Parmesan crust over it, just flavor.
Let me ask you this: the best sandwiches in AZ?
It's different because you can't get there's no sandwich like that anywhere else. So then the second one we got was like an Italian, which had like prosciutto and a couple other meats, and then they did like a pepper. I don't know, I call it a tapenade or like a spread on there. And then just some cheese. And again, the bread like stars the show, and then all the flavors in there just add to it. And then the third one we got, when we walked in, I saw like 3 different tables get it. It was like a beef sandwich with caramelized onions and then crispy onion strings. And I just looked over and I saw this sandwich. It was like that thick, full of beef. And I was like, damn, that thing looks good. And you could smell it. That smell of like the beef with the caramelized onions. And I don't even really like onions. Man, that thing was amazing. It had that like sweet oniony flavor, caramelized onion flavor. And then you get the crunchy like onion strings in there. And then the meat was really tender and juicy.
All right, so
Man,
let me
I'm
ask you:
telling
you got somebody that comes in town. I want
Yeah.
them. What's the best sandwich in AZ?
I mean, best sandwich in AZ is tough. I mean, they got to be right up there. I mean, Obviously, I would say, Guido's Italian Deli has
Yes.
a really good sandwich.
Yeah, I would say Guido's. Yeah.
I mean, the Scottsdale one, I still think
Mesa was
to
better.
this day, Mesa was a hair better.
I agree.
But the Scottsdale one's still pretty good. They change up their bread every so often, so you never know exactly what the bread you're gonna get. I mean, there's a couple other like small deli places. There's a deli place on like 20. What is it? I think it's like 22nd Avenue in like Camelback, right back in the little neighborhood. It looks like a little convenience store. They do like counter service sandwiches. That's really good.
How about Romanelli's?
No, I'm gonna look it up. Romanelli's is another pretty good one.
Yeah, but Guido's.
No, Guido's is definitely one of
Oh, I love that shit.
Guido's, what's it
It
called?
tastes so fresh still.
Knuckle sandwiches, the one in Mesa though, not the Tempe one. Knuckle sandwiches, Guido's,
Frank's Deli.
and then also what's it called?
By the way, Frank's Deli is a 4.8 on Google,
Hey, Brooklyn Mike's
950.
and Brooklyn Mike's.
But I mean, those are like deli sandwiches. You can get a deli. This was a different type of. You can't go anywhere and just get the sandwich. That's what I said I liked about it. Like, you can go anywhere and get like a roast beef sandwich on a hoagie roll, and some are going to be better than others. Some are going to be worse than others. You can't get this kind of sandwich anywhere else, really.
Brooklyn
With that
Mike's,
type of bread.
4.9.
Damn, yeah, Brooklyn Mike's is good too. The one there on what's that? 40th and between McDowell and Thomas.
Yep.
Right back in there.
They closed the East Valley.
Yeah, they closed the East Valley one, but I'm saying if you want like a specialty sandwich, just different that you can't get anywhere else, I highly recommend checking that place out. It was delicious. I want to go back and try the pizza slices. Hopefully, get there early enough to try those too, because they look bomb. They just do a different type. It's like a grandma. I think they use the ciabatta and they just use the bottom of it as the crust. And
I'm gonna go back and say this too real quick.
Yep.
Paul, you gotta try knuckle sandwiches. So do you. You haven't been to one in North Mesa, right?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying they're different because the owners there,
Yeah.
they sold the other one, and I guess they said that it went downhill or whatever. But again, I don't understand why you keep names and all that shit.
Yeah.
But and then what's funny is, believe it or not, there's one sandwich at Togo's. There's one Togo's out here, and it's on what? It's either Guadalupe or Elliott and Country Club. It's
And
like
McQueen.
McQueen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
McQueen or what?
McQueen, and I think it's Guadalupe.
But I'll say,
Okay, so it's right down the street, not too far.
yeah, go there this week. It's like this triple meat sandwich. So it's pastrami, turkey, and hot roast beef. Hot roast beef. It's one of the absolute best sandwiches anywhere. It's like $18 though. But
But it's a big motherfucker.
big motherfucker, and then you dip it on juice sauce. That, and this is a chain. Chogo's is a chain.
Yeah.
And I used to manage one, so I'm biased, but they didn't have this sandwich when I was. This is one of the best sandwiches I've heard of everybody.
What's it called?
It's just the just look for the triple meat. That's the most expensive sandwich they got. Just the turkey.
It's called Be on the Toilet.
Yeah. And,
For hours.
Hey, no, it's. I'll tell you what. And I've been to every pastrami place out there.
I love pastrami.
And I'll tell you what. Like some of the places.
It's better. It's better than the 1.5 at what's the fucking deli joint off 20th Street and coming back, or
Miracle Mile.
Miracle Mile.
Yeah. I mean, don't wrong. Miracle Mile is nostalgic,
Miracle Mile's my shit.
but it's better than one. Like,
Really?
yeah.
All right, now I'm fucking with it.
Yeah. You gotta fuck with it.
I might fuck with it tomorrow. All right, send me a text and
Yeah, I will.
remind me.
I'll-
Yeah, send me a reminder.
Send it right now.
So the one thing I will say about the sandwiches, they're not cheap. They're like $17 a piece, just so you know. So, and
A lot
but
of food though.
I mean, a decent size.
That's a no.
Cost of
Sandwich.
living.
That's a no.
Cost of living, bro.
They don't skimp.
Come on, on
they
a
don't-
budget, motherfucker.
They don't skimp on the ingredients. Let's just say that.
$5 foot long.
Yes.
Yeah, and you get what you pay for.
All right.
You get your bread made out of like yoga mat chemicals and shit. Isn't that what they got busted for? Subway, and then tuna.
I don't
It's
even
not
fuck
even
with
tuna.
Subway.
Tuna, not even tuna.
Shout
If
out!
you- I mean, if
hey,
you want-
shout out the kid. He fucking in one of my senior year. That's what kept me alive. Motherfucker was working at Subway.
Tatum and Bell.
His fucking food cost went up 21%.
Tatum and Bell.
Yeah,
Hey, I remember he used to say, "Hey, they count the bread, so just bring in your own bread." So I used to go to
Yeah.
I used to go to Fry's or Safeway or Albertsons and buy the big loaf. He would just make a
Fuck
sandwich.
the meat. Yeah. That's how they got They're like, man, the food costs up 21%. We went straight to the bread, bro. That shit was dope. But all right, man, you know what? A little holiday special right here. Just talk about holiday cheer and joy and shit like that.
Or lack thereof, Grinch.
Yeah, we almost done. My folks are hanging in with me. We're almost done.
Why, New Year's is a fun time of year. It's not about.
Yeah. And then, like I tell you, after we get out of this fucking December, we're gonna be back on track, baby. It's gonna be back right as rain. But Titano.
I was gonna send it to you. My phone just died. Shut down on me right when I sent it in.
All right, don't forget though. Titano, give me something for the new year. Give me something for the new year.
All right.
For the folks.
First of all, let me just say this: we're going into 2025, which blows my fucking mind. Mm-hmm. Didn't think I know I said this last year, whatever.
You didn't think you'd be here.
Yeah, 2025. I mean, this is a whole nother. This is like it's like Star Trek shit. Like, I mean,
Quarter of a century into the 2000s.
yeah, exactly. Shit, I still remember, Y2K. Our computer's gonna work and shit. Honestly, man, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you feel your life is like, 2025, man, take advantage of it. We're not guaranteed. Life is going to change. I promise you this. I don't make many promises, but life is going to change as we know it within 5 years. So and this is not doom or gloom. This is, man, make the most of your life. Make the most of your life now. You know what I mean? Do the things you want to do. Basically what I'm going to, do the things you want to do. Have no regrets, especially if you're doing it with the right energy. You're not hurting people. You're not taking advantage of other people. Man, live your life. Life's not promised, and life is going to change. So we want to make those memories. We want to have those experiences. I'll just say this, leave you with this. Live more, fear less.
I like that. That might be the motto.
Motto for 2025.
Yeah. All right, Greedy, what you got?
I'm going to kind of piggyback off Mitch and just say, any of our listeners that are out here right now, you're listening on your phone, you're listening on your computer, however you're listening, just know that you're blessed. There's people out there that can't even get to listen to the 2 on the 10 podcast because, they may be homeless. They may be, they may not have the necessities of internet or phone to be able to pop in and listen to us three speak about, our daily lives and different things going on. So, and not just that, just in general, they may not have the means to be out there and so just knowing that you have the ability even to like, we're blessed to even put on a podcast like this, and we're blessed that people even listen, and those people are even blessed that they have the ability to listen to us
and comprehend
and learn and realize how, crazy we all are. But, just remember that your life is a blessing. And if you're listening to this, you're probably blessed than many, many, many people in this world. So don't ever forget that. You might feel down, you might lose your job, you might not have a lot of money. There's always somebody that has it worse than you, and just be blessed and happy for what you do have.
Definitely. I love it. All right, look. Going into 2025, regardless on if 2024 or 2024 was a good or bad year.
New year, new me.
Yes. You are 1,000% on that. I want you to go in 2025 with a new outlook, new look. If it was good, I want you to make it better. If it was bad, I want you to make it good. Because here's the thing, is we can only control the right now. We can't control the past. We can't control the future. We can only control right now. And so going forward, I want you guys to say, listen, we're going to make 2025 the best year possible. And there's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be some bumps and bruises. But guess what? In the end, it's going to be all good, baby. And that's what I like. Hang out with us for another year, 2 on the 10. We'll see you in the new year, baby.
Don't go to my gym.
Love you.
Don't go to my gym in January.
We'll talk about it in the next show. Love you. 2 on the 10. We out.